You have found the 2-minute tip, number 68. I'm Rich Sands. So as we say bye-bye to 2017 and look to the coming year with all that hope and anticipation, I can't help but to think it's going to be an excellent year. The question then becomes, how do I, and by the way, that's you, me, anybody, how do I make it a better year, or at least as good as I'd like it to be? Now for me, the answer to that question has always been pretty simple. Optimism. It's been said that what you focus on expands, so I guess I have to believe that if I, and others, you too, can think optimistically, we have a chance for the 2018 becoming our best year ever. See, we're born optimistic. We don't know any better. Babies don't read the newspaper, troll the internet, watch the news, or listen to the water cooler woe, woe is we oratories. Unfortunately for babies, and for us, the rest of the world doesn't always share our bright-eyed, bushy-tailed enthusiasm for this life and everything in it. But what if we could make it that way? What if we stopped living scared, stopped expecting the worst, stopped succumbing to the negativity that seems to be as rampant as mushrooms on a stump? What if we could do all those things? I would imagine it'd become a pretty stinking awesome year. After all, the symbol of the new year is a baby, isn't it? Well, you, me, and others, we're the leaders of this industry, the real estate industry. And by the way, this applies to any industry and the leaders of it, unless you're the leader of the Scientific Society for Pessimism and Cynicism. We're the examples, the trendsetters, and the deliverers of the message. Patricia Island once said, I don't think you lead by pessimism and cynicism. I think you lead by optimism, enthusiasm, and energy. And if that's true, each of us must ask ourselves, how are we leading? Every single day. For me, I constantly have to ask myself what my courses and the words I use say about my attitude and my optimism. My words, I think yours too, but my words are the public measuring stick for my attitude. So the responsibility for me to use them wisely is huge. And by the way, it would be great if our country's leaders, movie stars, musicians, politicians, and all the wannabes understood that as well. As individual leaders within this industry or any, we need to check on the dreary outlook that we might hold dear, and we need to just get rid of it. Focus on the upside of our business, the good that we provide the public, and in the real estate business, the fact that the American dream is still very, very, very much alive. Generally, I think I'm a pretty optimistic kind of guy. And in 2018, my focus is going to be to stay that way. Be that way when I wake up, be that way when I go to sleep, and be that way all the way in between. See, we live in a world where our finest, our leaders, characteristically perform at their worst, and mediocrity and criticism substitute for excellence, ideas, and action. We, the real leaders, have to stay above that fray. Optimism is alive if we choose it to be. So look around and remember the words of Robert Brault, who said, the average pencil is 7 inches long with just a ½ inch eraser, just in case you thought optimism was dead. I know what you're thinking. What about reality? Optimism doesn't have to be a disconnection with reality. What is, is. But luckily, we have the ability to look at reality subjectively. The glass can be half full or half empty, or if you're an accountant or an engineer, it can be 8 ounces in a 16-ounce glass. This optimism thing is our choice. It's our choice. It's our option. So the question is, what's our choice? I know mine. Happy New Year. Thanks.